In this video, we will be looking at evaluating functions. When we evaluate functions, what we are doing is we are finding the value of a function given the value of the input. We're going to look at an example to help us understand how to do this. Here's our example. F of x equals 3x minus 2, and we want to evaluate when x equals negative 1. So to do that, what we're going to do is plug negative 1 into x of that function. Now the left side of the function just indicates that we're looking at function notation. So right here where we have f of negative 1, that means that the function when x equals negative 1. So we don't do anything with that. That just tells us what we are doing. What we do when we evaluate is we plug the value of the input, which is negative 1, into x, and then we simplify. Order of operations tells us that we need to first do the multiplication. So 3 times negative 1 is negative 3, and then we bring over the minus 2. Negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. So our answer to this evaluation problem is the value of our function when f or x equals negative 1 is negative 5. We can also do this with absolute value functions. So let's go ahead and take a look at another example. And this example deals with absolute value. So we have f of x equals the absolute value of x plus 8. And we want to evaluate when we have f of negative 11. So that means that x is negative 11. So f of negative 11 equals the absolute value of negative 11 plus 8. Now when we simplify absolute value functions, remember you work inside first. So we keep our absolute value brackets, so we know we still have to take the absolute value, and we do negative 11 plus 8. Negative 11 plus 8 is going to be negative 3. Now we need to take the absolute value of negative 3. Remember, when we take the absolute value, we're finding the distance from 0. Negative 3 is 3 units from 0, so the absolute value of negative 3 is 3. So the value of our function when x equals negative 11 is a positive 3. If you have any questions about evaluating functions or evaluating absolute value functions, please send me a email, give me a call, or come into my office hours.